Hello and welcome back to Crafty Meraki's YouTube channel. Aditi here, and today I am going to show you how to use the new ombre glitter paper but step it up to create a stunning background. Now, the glitter paper is already shimmery and shiny, so how can you really step it up? Well, that's exactly what we are going to be doing. So I am using the Shapeshifter stencil here, and I have used this blue-green part of the ombre glitter paper, cut it to an A2 size for a card front, and I'm placing my stencil onto the paper, and I'm going to use some modeling paste and apply this entire modeling paste through the stencil on the A2 card front. So I'm going to cover the entire stencil, and right now it might just look like a hot mess, but by the end of this, trust me, this is going to give you a stunning result. So evenly spreading out that modeling paste, I am making sure that I have enough but not too much, and just going over with my palette knife across the entire surface of my card front through the stencil. I of course then lift the stencil, and now time to add some shimmer. So I'm going to use embossing glitter. So this is Disco Ball from Wow, and I'm adding that to the top part of the panel which has the blue in the background. I am going to then go in with a teal for the middle region of my card, just matching the colors on the background basically. So here I have the icicle teal, and I am going to again sprinkle that in the middle region of the card and slightly over the disco ball white region that I just sprinkled, and gently carefully tap off that excess embossing powder from the center, dab it out and put back my excess in the jar. And once I have done that, then for the bottom I am going to go in with this bluish green mix of the embossing powder, and this is from the United set. So I am going to sprinkle that over at the bottom of my card. So in the same way, I am going to tap off the excess embossing powder, put it back in the jar, and with that what I've done is just brought back a lot more shimmer, shine and texture to the front of this glitter ombre paper. I'm playing with the same colors, so the blues and greens, but I brought in white just to sort of create this faded look, almost a gradient look. So once I've removed all that excess embossing powder, I am going in with my heat tool and heat setting the powder, and on the texture paste it raises and creates a bubbly effect. Now I have another excess piece of the same ombre paper, and I'm using the hello die to die cut the outline and the letters. So I've die cut the outline on the blue part of the glitter paper and the letters on the green part, just to again make sure that I'm coordinated with the colors that I've used for the background, yet it's something that will stand out, which I'll show you in a minute on the card front. I'm using liquid glue from a fine tip bottle and just adhering these letters onto the background of the die. I have not used the third layer for this particular card, and now I'm just showing you how it looks on different parts of our card front. So here, that's the reason why I intentionally added white embossing powder over the blue region to make it lighter, and the hello definitely looks good there. You could put it at the bottom, at the top. You could use your card as a landscape card. So it's just about how you like it. I preferred to have the sentiment at the bottom with the white and blue region at the bottom of the card. So just freezing on with that. I am using a piece of fun foam to sandwich between the card base and the card front, and I did go back and trimmed off a little bit of my card panel just so that I have a nice white border from the card base shown across all the four sides. So using some red sticky tape, I am now adhering the piece of the foam to my card front, and then I will remove the backing of the tape from the foam and adhere this entire panel onto the card base. So in this way, I have managed to create a beautiful background which becomes my foreground, and the card needs nothing else but that blingy sentiment, and it's filled with shimmer, shine, and is a simple card which I think really works well for both masculine and feminine cards. So this is something when you are wanting to make a quick card, you can always just step up your ombre paper and add some texture, embossing powder. You could also just add colorful pastes through the stencil, and that also does a great job and creates a very unique look. On the wet modeling paste or texture paste, you could also just sprinkle glitter, and that gives an altogether different look as well. So now, after I have adhered the card front to the card base, I'm using tiny foam squares behind the sentiment, just so that I can uproot them and add a little depth and dimension between my card front and the sentiment. With that, I am going to add drops of liquid glue to make sure everything stays intact and doesn't fall apart. And I will then adhere the sentiment to my card base, completing this card. I really hope that you've enjoyed this quick, easy, effective technique of stepping up your backgrounds. And here is a closer look at all of that shimmer, shine, and bling that I've managed to create on this card. Do leave your comments below. I love reading them. And if you give this a try, do share it on Crafty Meraki's Facebook group. Until the next time, take care and bye bye.